I spy with my divine eye, Gemini. I thought that was a good idea. All right, so welcome Gemini sign. Welcome Gemini zodiac sign to Omnis Oracle. Listen, you can like this video, you can share this video, you can comment below the video letting me know if this message or how this message may relate to you or anyone connected to you that is a Gemini. Like I always say, my messages are most of the time for the collective because I am given messages based on the language of the astronomical, based on astrology, the language of astrology. Okay, me, um, I'm not a pro at astrology or anything like that, but I noticed that I've been getting messages that relate to astrology, so I'm trying to learn. I think that's why Mommy's word says to study, to show yourself approved, because your divine army, your higher self, spirit uses the knowledge that you put inside you. And so there are times when you can't even remember things until your higher self or your spirit army wants to use you or speak that message to you. So you don't have to worry about memorizing the things that you are studying, so that you can prove that you're knowledgeable or anything like that. You just read it, you take it in, and you wait on spirit to enlighten you, and to bring insight into the highest purpose in your life, to your higher purpose in your own life. And so that's what I'm doing with this whole astrology thing. Okay, I hear people say check your sun, moon, and rising. That helps too. If that's confusing to you, you don't have to worry about it, because usually these messages are coming in with the forecast. When it comes to the divine army using me to give messages, and our sun is still in the air sign Libra, and I just got download that I need to be aware that that Libra energy coming into our universal sun energy is sword energy. Sword represents conflict. Sword represents enlightenment. Swords represent insight. It represents clarity. The sun represents, our ability to be comforted by that clarity. The swords represent the air sign, which is Libra, and whatever air sign that comes into our existence through astrology. So our sun is in the air sign Libra, and we have other air signs that come into our moon energy to basically have us tapping into our intuition. So it's still enlightenment, but it's enlightenment when it comes to shining on the dark places, helping us to do our shadow work, helping us to acknowledge, the side of us that we usually demonize when it comes to our fears, whether our fears are granted or not, validating our fears and shedding light on how we use our fears to apply it to our lives in a way that's good for in a way that's for our good and for the greater good, okay, for the good of our families and things like that. So Gemini, I got a message for you, and I'm going to read it because I was instructed to write it down. Prophesying to the four winds. It's okay. And so Gemini is an air sign, and we're coming into Gemini. Our moon is going to be in Gemini on Tuesday, October 6th, is what Spirit wanted me to notice, okay? And we're going to be in, right now we're in full moon, and that full moon also represents the fact that insight is coming into our existence to make us aware of our higher purpose in life. Okay, and so Gemini, you have to pay very close attention because your zodiac sign is an air sign, and it's going to be in our waning gibbous moon, which basically waning gibbous is just that is basically getting rid of or moving out what no longer serves you. And so the message was this. So I'm gonna read it. Okay, the truth is your ally. It will set you free and will set others free from your heart if it is being used as a trap. Okay, honor the truth, accept the truth, and let it into your heart. Do not despise the process it's going to take. All right, this universal sunlight energy of truth to renew your heart and give you the ability to release a new kind of love that is open, honest, and not fear based. A lot of times we fear being vulnerable, and so we're not truthful. Okay, and so that enlightenment, that insight is coming in to change things up and switch things up in your life right now, and in the lives of those who are also going to be in the Gemini air moon, which is all of us, the whole collective of zodiac signs. Okay, you do not need to fear being vulnerable because this new kind of love blew in with waxing gibbous moon and the Swords energy of Libra air sign. Okay, and Aquarius air sign in our moon previously. So we was in Aquarius air sign on Monday, September 28th, and we was in Pisces water. So it's definitely blew in to deal with our emotions. Okay, starting October 6th, your air sign sword energy is going to pick up where the Aquarius left off. Truth has a lot of work to do, and so she keeps blowing in and out of our lives, whether it be coming in with our universal sun energy to make sure we're comforted by the truth, or coming in our moon energy to make sure that we are comforted by the truth. Okay, so listen, like this video, share this video, comment below if it resonates with you. You can subscribe if you feel my vibe, or you can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring that bell that's next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified every time I upload more content on the signs that you are interested in. Okay, I plan on doing collective messages a little bit more. I just felt led to do things this way for each specific sign, even though each specific sign is geared towards the collective because of the energy our moon is in, or the zodiac signs our moon may be in every 2 days, changing up every 2 days, and our sun, once a month or something like that, right? So, all right, Gemini, let's see what we're gonna do. Let me just energize our vortex with the singing bowl, okay, to bring in our divine army. And that reminds me, ascended masters. Okay, so if you are concerned or you had a question in your heart about a loved one who has passed away and what position they're in, or did they make it to heaven or hell or anything like that, it's not that simple. The message that I have been given for one of my loved ones, I was inspired to share with those who has that question on their heart, like where are they right now? Well, with all these air signs blowing into our existence, this sword energy blowing into our existence, this energy of enlightenment blowing into our existence, not only is it that we are given insight into our higher purpose in life, but our loved ones who have passed away, they are also being affected by this energy. They are also being affected by what we prophesy to the four winds and the elements of the zodiac signs working things together for our good so that we can ascend. Okay, ascension is a form of us being enlightened and gaining insight of our higher purpose. So our loved ones who has been who has passed away or no longer in body, in spirit, they are also ascending spiritually as we are metaphysically also ascending spiritually. Okay, and so they are becoming ascending masters. Okay, I don't use that term very often, but that's a term that I've usually hear and ignore. But lately, it's been a term given to me to help me to understand what's going on. Not only with us, we're ascending into masters, being enlightened and gaining insight into our higher purpose, and so are our ancestors. So are the loved ones, our loved ones who has passed away or no longer in this physical body. They're ascending into masters, ascended masters. Okay, and so them ascending the way that they're ascending is for our benefit, because now they are a part of our spiritual team. They're a part of our divine army. Together, we are fulfilling a purpose that brings about the desires of our hearts, which is for the greater good of the universe, because we were born with desires in our hearts in order for them to be fulfilled, in order to fulfill our pure prosperity, which is for the greater good of the whole universe, right? So that's the message I have coming in with this Gemini energy. All right, so I'm going to that's what I'm gonna do, singing bowl. Okay, calling in the ascended masters, the divine army of God that He has given charge over us, to lead us and guide us in the ways that we shall go, and counsel us only with the love of God. Ashe. Okay. So, Almighty Breasted One, Mommy God, Father of the heavenly lights, where every good and perfect gift comes from, you do not change like the shifting shadows. You are one and we are one with you. There is only God and God, so we thank you for giving your angels charge over us. We thank you for giving the ascended masters charge over us. We thank you for giving us a Christ consciousness to receive them in love and in forgiveness. We thank you for guiding us in the ways that we shall go and counseling us with your loving eye. Please give us a message for Gemini. Ashe. Okay. Ooh. Gloria. I feel the Spirit of God and the ascended masters. There is only God. We are all one. All right, so using tarot cards and oracle cards as a tool to the kingdom of God found within me, and to receive messages from our divine army, our ascended masters. I want to ask, or I feel led to ask for a message regarding Gemini, some guidance and some counsel, okay? And so I want to ask, what are the fears of Gemini? Why are Gemini's fears valid? And how can Gemini overcome those fears? And please give us a message for all of us who is going to be in the Gemini energy of the moon on Tuesday, starting Tuesday, October 6th. Ashe. Okay, and I have one card. This is weird. Oh. Okay. Now, I did not shuffle this deck, but the one of the cards fell over, so let's see what it says. It's the Five of Cups. God, King, Ruler, prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. Okay, and the Five of Cups, I know that represents also us grieving and crying over things, spilled milk, us grieving and crying over things or relationships or jobs that did not work out, and I'm hearing comfort is coming in for those who grieve, and do not be afraid to properly grieve. It is okay, because as these winds come in to um, create a transition, create a change in our lives by blowing things out of our lives and destroying any evil eye. Sometimes we're going to have to grieve because we didn't realize evil eye was coming from those that we care about the most, those that were connected to us, that we love. But we have to be reminded that in order to comfort us, we have to be reminded that when there is divine disconnections, there is also divine reconnections, because the sanctification is happening, because God does not want anyone to suffer. Our battle is not against flesh and blood. So when we find ourselves disconnecting or disconnected by the winds blowing into our lives, or the fire coming into our lives, when we find ourselves disconnected, we grieve the relationship we have with people, but it's for the greater good, because they're being worked on so that you can be reconnected in an energy that serves a purpose that is for your greater good and for their greater good and for the greater good of the universe. Okay, so that is the judgment. Okay, we coming into judgment. Who is going to be separated? What pile are you going to be in when you are separated? Are you going to be in a pile that needs to be burnt up by the fire, sanctified and set free, and transformed and renewed from ashes? Or are you going to be a part of that pile that does not need to be burnt, okay, and that just needs to be in a safe place until all of the healing takes place, okay, all of the destruction of evil takes place, okay? So everyone is going to be in a position of mercy, because our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the evil principalities of fear, coming against, okay, the righteous principality of love. All right, so we have the Emperor in reverse, okay, and we have the Seven of Cups, and so in reverse. So basically what I'm picking up from that is there's a spiritual warfare that's going on that is much needed to put us in a position that we're supposed to be in according to our higher purpose. And I think that's why the Emperor is here, okay, to bring us new life. The Emperor, if I turn it right side up, you see that the Emperor has the life symbol. I think it's called an Ankh. All right, so it's all about life, okay, and so we need to come into an energy to where we are given the life that we are supposed to live according to our higher purpose. All right, and we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I feel like maybe that cup was in reverse is because we're doing a lot of dreaming, and everything that you dream about makes up who you are. Even if a storm has to come in to bring about your blessing, even if you have to look into the eyes of a snake in order to receive your healing, just welcome the process, because it's going to start within. Your dreams are being conceived inside of you, like the seed is being planted inside of you. The seeds are being planted inside of you so that you can be emotionally fulfilled by whatever it is that is growing inside of you. Okay, whatever dream is growing inside of you, it's there to emotionally fulfill you while you begin the process of creating from the spirit of enlightenment that's coming in through with this air energy, this sword energy, and this fire energy. Okay, this energy is dealing with our earthly matters and dealing with our emotions. So Gemini is on and popping with you. Okay, and we have the Six of Swords, and this was in reverse too. going into calmer waters. And so basically I feel like it's in reverse, because your emotional turmoil that you've been going through, because you fear for you fear losing the relationships that matters to you the most. That fear is going to be blown away with your enlightenment of the purpose of separating from these things or these people, so that the greater good can happen, so that your heart's desires can come to pass. All right. And we have the Queen of Cups upright. And so this is the outcome. This is how you will overcome by everything that you want to be fulfilled emotionally and spiritually through someone else. Spirit is saying, I am giving you all of your heart's desires. I am conceiving them in your belly. Okay, so that you can drink from that cup that you're pouring into others, wishing and hoping that they will pour back into you. You are no longer pouring that cup of emotional fulfillment in that other person, but you are drinking from your own cup, okay, in order to water yourself, because you are the tree of life that needs to stay grounded in your emotions and in your intuition. And mommy God, stay grounded in your dark chaotic energy and in your intuition. I think I said that. And while you stay grounded and stay rooted, you as the tree of living water, okay, is going to rise up and ascend and grow, and your branches are going to spread out, giving glory to that universal sun energy that's coming in to help you grow and to nurture you. All right. So fear, why it's valid, how to overcome. And so we've been given the answer to that. Now I want to seek an answer to who you were, who you are, and who you are meant to be. Okay? So let's give a shuffle. May we please, Divine Army, have an answer for Gemini and those under the Gemini energy, for the whole collective. Let's concentrate on the Gemini right now. Who are we? Who are they? They want to know, who am I? Wow. Nothingness. So you felt like you was nothing. Okay, even though you've been pouring in, you just did not feel recognized. You did not feel validated by those you were connected with, in the relationships that you were in, possibly a job that you were on. You are feeling like nothing, like nobody sees you, and you can't even see your own value because no one's holding up a mirror to that. Okay, and so who you were is how you felt about yourself, like nothing. Okay, but be patient. Be patient, because the new moon represents darkness, where the sun is no longer shining on the moon, and as the sun comes in to shine on the moon, you go through different moon phases until you get the full moon. And the full moon, basically that was the message today too. The full moon is coming into existence to give us the message that insight is coming into your higher purpose in life. So as soon as you realize what your higher purpose is, you will see who you really are, and others will see who you really are, and appreciate that and show appreciation for who you are. Okay, but you have to have insight into your higher purpose in order to feel like you're something and not feel like you're nothing. Okay, let's see if anything comes out for who you are meant to be, Gemini. Who are you meant to be? Okay. Who are you meant to be? Well, it looks like advice. First off, your divine harmony. Your divine army wants you to slow down. Okay. In a sense. Past lives, projections. Wow. So, who you're meant to be. Right now, you have to tap into, in order for you to get clear understanding of who you're meant to be, you have to tap into your past lives. Basically, the enlightenment that's coming to you is coming through showing you, possibly through dreams, whether daydreams or however you dream, or your imagination is going to show you who you were in your past lives. And once you get this vision of who you were in your past lives, it's going to give you a clue about who you're meant to be. Okay? And so you have to face who you were in your past lives. Okay? Because that's going to be a reflection on who you are today. Okay? And let me pick this one up off the floor. And this one is the Mister. And so, let's say in your the Miser. Okay. So right now you have built up a wall that's giving you an outlook of yourself that is not very pretty. It's causing you to feel bitter, okay, about not being seen or not being heard, okay? But so you're building up walls to protect yourself, but the loneliness from staying behind your walls is making you feel bitter. Okay, although you're pouring into people and you are giving, the fact that you are not getting the results that you want or the acknowledgement that satisfies you emotionally and spiritually and physically is making you feel bitter. And you may not realize that that bitterness is there, but it's there. Okay? And so I think that's not where you should be. But if your divine army has to show you that that this is what you are right now, this is what you're going through, then it's to bring enlightenment on who you're meant to be. Okay? So I'm not getting the complete answer on who you're meant to be, because I really feel like your divine army wants you to know, your higher self wants you to know that you have to pay attention in order to figure that out. You have to pay attention to everything that's going on in your life, the transformation and changes that's being made through your healing process, through the process of your shadow work, through the process of accepting who you were in the past life, and evolving and transforming from who you were in the past life, and ascending as a master of who you were in the past life. So if in the past life you had a lot of imperfections, those imperfections is going to be a lot less in who you are today. In the past life, if you was a king that abused your power, in this life, you're not allowed to be a king until you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn in order to evolve from being a king that abuses his power to being a king that is humble and loving and kind, but not enabling. And enabling comes from the energy of niceness, because you have to be fake, you're not truthful. People think that not telling the truth is how you be nice. I'm not going to tell her she got a booger in her nose, because you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to be nice, when the kind thing to do is to tell her she has a booger showing, you know what I'm saying, things like that. So you're evolving from who you were in the past lives, but it's still who you are. So in the past life, you could have been a king, which is honorable and awesome, but you could have been an evil king, and you need to evolve from that. All right? So you're meant to be an ascendant. That's the answer. Got it. Okay. who you're meant to be. You're meant to be an ascended master in anything that you're meant to be an ascended master in the things that you were called to be in your past lives. All right, so I hope that reading blesses you, Gemini. Have a blessed day. Pick up these pearls and rock them. Don't trample them, okay? And ring my bell. Ring my bell. Later.